Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee with Inside the Firm. Each week, our hosts will be interviewing local, regional, and national business leaders to give you an inside peek into how they lead their business to success in the ever-competitive business climate.
Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee with Inside the Firm. Today, I have a very special guest from the free state of Florida, AJ Aluthwala. AJ is a specialist in discovering, planning, and executing customized online marketing strategies for businesses to attract massive amounts of online traffic. He has worked with over 200 companies around the country and with businesses in places like Dubai. Given the massive success at KallistoArt, AJ launched ElleApps in 2021, a mobile app development company, and is currently serving clients from coast to coast. As a result of AJ's deep reach within the local business community, KallistoArt became the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce 2020 Small Business of the Year Award recipient. AJ gives back to the community through nonprofits, Project Upper Tampa Bay Education Foundation, and Oldsmar Cares. AJ, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Lance, for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Before we get into exactly what you do over at KallistoArt and what you're developing with ElleApps, tell us how you got here. Did you grow up in a family of entrepreneurs? Are you the first? Where does your entrepreneurial spirit come from?
Lance, that's a great question because I did not grow up in a family of entrepreneurs at all. I didn't even have any uncles or aunts who are entrepreneurs. So nobody in my extended family who are entrepreneurs. So I got the bug on entrepreneurship when I was a programmer back in the day, and I'm talking about maybe like early 2000s, stuck in a cubicle, trying to do my thing, and I wasn't really good at it. And, I just had a need to kind of, get out of my cubicle and go and talk to people. And it was really a natural progression for me, going from that deep tech background to being an entrepreneur. I completed an MBA, majored in marketing at Wichita State in Kansas. And then I kind of made that switch over. And I would say the real learning came to me through reading books. Mm-hmm. The real learning on entrepreneurship was really through books. And the first entrepreneurial book I read was Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Robert Kiyosaki, right?
Yeah.
My former attorney, Brian Bagley, was a sort of a co-author of that book too. So it's a small world every time I hear that book.
Sharon?
And I love Robert Kiyosaki. His wife and what he does, me and my wife will listen to them quite often. So thanks for sharing that. What do you think one mistake is that every business owner seems to make when it comes to marketing? I know that's one of your the strong suit of yours is marketing, helping people out with that. What is a mistake you see a lot of businesses make?
I think the biggest mistake a lot of people make is that they try to run after what's shiny at the time, what's bright and shiny at the time without really having a proper strategy. They start hearing about Facebook. Oh, let's go and run some Facebook ad. Let's there's Instagram. Okay, let's do that. What about TikTok? Maybe we gain a bunch of followers from TikTok. So, and whatever comes next, right? So you always try to jump from one platform to the other, whatever the social platforms out there, and then they forget, who are their customers? Where are their customers? They forget that, and then they try to go after these platforms which just surface out, right? But if you have a long-term marketing strategy, then you have a course planned out, or course of action planned out, and then you're going to hit those milestones in that planned out strategy. And if you just do that, and it doesn't need to be being a social media superstar, it can be just direct mail, and we are not even in direct mail, right? We are all in the online marketing space, but for a certain entrepreneur, direct mail will be the best fit. So just plan it out, have a marketing strategy, and execute on that marketing strategy rather than trying to what is bright and shiny at the moment.
What is one thing then that you think every business owner could do today to start their marketing strategy? Just one basic sort of time-tested marketing strategy they could employ.
It's very simple. It's basically sitting down with your team and have a conversation about who is your customer, right? If you haven't done this before, do this. Who is your customer? Ask from your team, not what you believe who your customer is, but ask from your team, who is our customer? And then ask questions from your team about how we narrow down who our customer is. What's that demographic looks like? Is it people who are in their 20s? It's from 20 all the way to 65. Is it a certain geographical area of US, or is it someone who have a certain who are in a certain income bracket? If you are doing B2B sales, then where do they gather? Where do they congregate? Do you find them at online? Do you find them at trade shows? So just figure out who is your target audience.
Beautiful. Some people think that, like you were saying, they need to run at all of these shiny objects like TikTok. I know I even thought of that too, as there was somebody else I've had on the show and they're like, oh my gosh, look at all the TikTok followers I have. And then it's sort of like you have FOMO, like you feel like you're the fear of missing out on that sort of thing. But I feel like there's a lot of free things that people could do that it just takes a little bit of time and effort on their part. Do you have any recommendations to business owners that are listening? Like, here's some simple, easy, free things that you can do.
I do.
Yeah, love to hear it.
Yeah. So, you can be a brand by yourself, like a personal brand. You can have a company who offers products and services. It really does not matter. Start a Google My Business profile. That's the one advice I would give everyone. It's free. Mm-hmm. Just go to business.google.com and you can sign up with your Gmail account for a Google My Business profile. And once you have that, not just create it, make sure you maintain it. Think of it as your Facebook account. There's something called Google Posts where you can post into Google. And those are very powerful because the Google algorithm will pick those up and start pushing your content out to Google Search Console.
Beautiful. Yeah, that is an easy one. We did that a long time ago and it's paid dividends. And now we are one of the most highly reviewed architecture firms in Colorado. So I wholeheartedly agree. Do you see any kinds of type of marketing that are dying out right now? Just things that are actually on their way out?
I would say Facebook marketing is actually dying out just because the conversions are horrible. They throttle, meaning that the algorithm actually caps the amount of people who will see your posts, even if you pay to boost. And that's one of the horrible things which you can do to yourself by hitting that blue button to boost your posts, where you're not going to see the amount of results which you got to see back in the day. And what has happened with Facebook is it has become such a crowded place where, from people posting about their kids to vacations to business to you name it, everything is out there in Facebook. So if someone's looking for something very specific, they would actually, I would say that, they will default to Google and, look you up or Google you out. So make sure you really make a strong presence in Google rather than trying to, spend a lot of time and money on Facebook. Yeah,
I would agree with that as well. It just seems like it is just a cesspool of too many things on that platform. What are the bleeding edge trends for business marketing? What do you see on the horizon that people should maybe start familiarizing themselves with?
Yeah, what I see in the horizon is the meta, the meta or the metaverse. For someone who has no clue what I'm talking about, and it might be a little hard to comprehend what is the metaverse and what's how you can monetize it. Think of the internet or even Facebook back in the day. Think of the internet in the 1990s, where we thought, it's something which is going to come and go. Maybe all the cool kids can use it, or the rich kids who have a computer can use it. But now it's here to stay, right? So the metaverse will be something which will go mainstream within the next, I would say, 5 to 10 years, where we all will have our metaverse presence. We all will even own pieces of the metaverse. It's out there and it's coming fast towards us, so we are even not knowingly running towards it. And for a business owner, they might think that, I don't know, I just don't know. I don't know if that's something I can get on board with. But at least do a little bit of reading and get yourself accustomed to the metaverse concept. That's what I would say.
Yeah. It's a buzzword it's really getting more popular.
Yeah.
It's interesting for sure. Let's switch gears a little bit over to the economy. Another buzzword that's in recession that's coming up. Where do you see the economy heading in the next 12 months? Do you think it's a deep recession, soft, a depression? What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a recession which is going to just hit us hit us in a way where it's going to impact certain areas than the others. It'll probably impact the real big businesses rather than small businesses. And it'll take time for the small businesses to really feel the impact. Say, for an example, if they announce the recession on 1st of July, or maybe, 15th of July, it might take a little bit of time for medium to small businesses. When I say a little bit of time, probably 6 to 8 months for the medium scale businesses to really feel the impact of the recession. But I know some of the bigger organizations have already been gearing up and cutting down on their travel expenditures and things like that. They have cut down on all kinds of corporate expenses. So they've been kind of gearing up for that. And then from a recession's impact perspective, I don't think it's going to be bad as what we felt back in 2008, 9, 10 time period, because there have been so many, government rules and regulations that have been placed where we are not doing any, reverse mortgages and things like that, which really, hurt the economy back in the day. But this one, we will feel some, but it won't be bad as what we felt in 2008, 9, 10 time period.
I like your optimism, 100%. What do you think business owners should be doing to prepare for the upcoming downturn in the economy?
Yeah, and to answer that question, I would say that just let's think back just 2 years ago. What happened when COVID hit, right? This came as it really came as a surprise. What is COVID? And everyone thought that this is going to be some disease which is going to just come and go. It's just in China. It's out there in China. We are not going to get it, but we got it. And then a lot of businesses got hurt, and at the same time, a lot of businesses thrived, right? They thrived because they were able to think out of the box and just not try to go against the grain, but they kind of pivoted, right? They pivoted. So restaurants started delivering, and the restaurants who just jump on board with delivering more out the gate thrive, because they did not need the people to work inside for those servers to come and serve, but now they have another way of serving their customers, or be still stay connected to the customers. And I think that the pandemic just changed the way we think too about how we can do business with someone even without leaving our house. So with the recession coming, I would say especially the small to medium-sized businesses have to really think about how their business can be pivoted. Think of this as another pandemic, right? How can we pivot our business? Maybe, this is another revenue stream which we have to create. Maybe it's a new product which we have to offer. Maybe it's a new service which we have to offer. It might be something which we have to do virtually. So just get ready for that, rather than, oh, we are in the recession now, and oh, it's, we are 6 months deep in the recession now. How do we, try to take another breath, or how do you try to keep the nose above the water level? You don't want to get into that kind of situation and just try to take another breath just to survive, but work on, okay, we all know that, this is a possibility. Unlike the pandemic, this is a possibility, good possibility. So let's think how we can work on our businesses to make sure that business does not go under and get severely affected by the recession. And the answer is, I can't tell what business exact things the businesses should be doing, right? Because every business is different, right? So you got to kind of think for yourself, okay, how can I make it work for my business, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of it's creativity, and people just coming up with new creative strategies for keeping the revenues going, and then finding different streams of revenue if one dries up, that sort of thing. Yeah. Let's move on to what you do now. Tell us about KallistoArt, and tell us about ElleApps, everything you're doing, what those things are, and what they do for other people.
Yeah, absolutely. So KallistoArt was started 16 years ago as a website development company, and we still create websites. We still work on search engine optimization. We still run Google ad campaigns. And at ElleApps, we started creating mobile apps and web apps, so systems development. And we have started doing that for the last, I would say, we've been doing it for the last 5 years, and we've been very successful with that. The folks who come to us because I would say actually 90% of the website projects already have a website, and they want to take the next step, and that's when they come to us. They have some issue going on with their existing website because it's either broken, it's not converting, it's not making their phone ring, right? And that's when they reach out to us, and we kind of get them set up with a web presence which they are proud of, and they want to showcase it out to the world. And who doesn't, right? That's the one tool which is out there working for you 24/7 when it comes to marketing. So who doesn't want to have a glowing presence online, right? And people do all kinds of stuff, like, for an example, run marketing campaigns, Facebook ads, TikTok stuff, direct mail campaigns, whatever you do, people check you out, right? And first impressions are made online. So make sure that your online presence have that, that glowing about it. And with the apps, we've created apps which are very small to apps which are like Netflix-like for different purposes, but from very small apps to massive complex apps is kind of our cup and tea. It's kind of our bread and butter.
Yeah, great. All sounds great. We're running up on sort of the end of the interview here, and there's a couple of final questions I ask every guest, and one of them is knowing what you know now, and if you go back in time to when you first started with KallistoArt, what is one piece of advice you'd give your former self?
The one piece of advice I will give my former self is fail fast. Just fail fast. Don't try to keep on doing the same thing over and over again to see whether you'll be successful, right? There is, I think, a quote by Vince Lombardi saying that winners never quit and quitters never win. I would say that's I can buy into that. The winners, they quit too, but they quit quickly. So it doesn't look like a massive failure, right? They know when to quit. So fail fast. And when you fail fast, you will have a lot of wins at the end.
Fantastic. This has been great. I loved all of your insights in this interview. AJ, I just want to thank you for your time. And if people want to hear more from you and find out how maybe they can work with your companies to better their companies, where can they follow you, and learn more about what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So they can go to AJA360.com, click on the contact button, scroll all the way down, and they can see my information, whether it's social media or my phone numbers, email addresses, things like that. And that is again, AJA360.com. And I have a free gift to anyone who's listening in. And to get the free gift, please go to KallistoArt.com, and that's KALLIST as in Tom, OART.com. And there is a tab called free gift in the top right-hand corner. And it's about search engine strategies, which you should, or which you can optimize in your business. And it's a white paper. All you have to do is just put your information in and hit submit, and you'll get access to this white paper. So it's again at KallistoArt.com/free gift, and you will have access to this white paper.
Fantastic. AJ, thanks so much for your time today. We hope everybody got something out of this, and that they will take you up on your free offer there. Appreciate you being on the show today.
Absolutely, Lance. No, thank you so much for having me. It was a real pleasure today.
Beautiful.